looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
So it's like that movie, My 51st Dates, where Drew Barrymore would wake up and the next morning would not remember Adam Sandler.
This is okay.
That's awful.
We'll kind of take a look. Every day she wakes up thinks it's June 11th.
What? That is like a movie. Seriously. Hey, it's the Pat and JT show. Quick thing before we get into anything. Someone texted us early this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you to who is you?
Who is you?
Who is you? We've texted back and forth many times, and now I can't say who dis.
Okay.
I don't know who it is. Anyway, they texted us a picture of a spider that was in their shower.
I saw that. Yes.
And it just says, "This mofo in my shower today." She was burning my. Oh, it's Lee. Sorry, this mofo in my shower today, burning my house down. Lee. She was update, and she texted. I texted back, "Peace house, see ya." That thing looks evil. She wrote back, "Update. Tried to drain him." Drowned him.
Right.
Tried to drown him in bleach.
Oh.
Turned away to get a paper towel, and he's gone.
And mad.
But he's going to be the only albino wolf spider around because you bleached him out.
Oh, my God.
But that wolf spiders are the grossest. So,
Hilarious.
Lee, thank you. 402-403-9478. If you would like to text us like Lee did at about 4:30 this morning, we appreciate that.
I got tagged in a post. Gigi tagged us in a post. Me. Somebody had posted locally, they'd received from a friend in Oregon a picture of a sign. God, now I got to find this. And I hate to close this other one. I'll find it again. I can do this. Technology will allow me to do this. I know it will. I got to go to Facebook here and find this real quick. Because the sign that she posted, I didn't retweet it. I don't think. I just liked it. Let me see here. But it had to do with like some existential, last person to leave the forest, close the doors, like the existential portals to other whatever. Where's Gigi at? Hold on, I gotta find this. And I was like, what? And supposedly it was real. There it is. And it was in Bellevue.
Okay.
And somebody took the sign, and took a picture of it. It says the sign was found in Omaha, Nebraska late last year. There was at that time no explanation for who put it up. And it's it looks like a state sign. It's green. Looks like a state sign. It says Kindred Interdimensional Monitoring Point.
What?
Please close all portals when finished to help minimize interdimensional contamination.
Oh, I don't know what that...
And apparently, somebody who's in the, Psychic Andy might be able to help us with this a little bit more.
Okay.
Whenever the moon travels through Aquarius and Pisces, there's a greater chance of connecting with other dimensions and realms. So anybody feeling like times are like bumping into each other or boundaries aren't right or something before the full moon on the 13th and 14th, which is coming up this Friday the 13th. As a matter of fact. So anyway, but this sign, as it came out, was in a park and somebody found it. And they said, I know where that was. This was Jewel Park in Bellevue. And then somebody else confirmed that they had seen it as well. And that they had been there recently, and the sign wasn't there anymore. But this was a year ago when they took that picture.
So, I mean, it's probably a real thing. You got people we've heard Andy say it before too. If you have a Ouija board, you open up holes to wherever, and bad things can come through. So apparently, if you're randomly opening Aquarius holes or whatever it is, things are coming through,
it's Aquarius is traveling through. Whatever.
The hole.
I don't know. Whatever. Pisces is going on. And so
Pisces is in Aquarius' hole. What?
Pisces. It's when all the stars collide kind of thing.
Got it.
Anyway, so Friday the 13th is special anyway to a lot of people. My birthday's on Friday the 13th
That's your
this
jam.
year.
The 13th.
It's on a Friday this year.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been about 6-7 years.
That's like your Super Bowl.
It is.
Yeah.
That is. So that's when supposedly everything should be wonderful when that happens. I do remember last time, and everything was in a really good place.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Isn't that crazy?
Hopefully, we'll things be in a good place around here by Friday.
Right?
No, they're better than they were in the past. It's just it's much better now.
It is, and we will just make mention that this podcast does fall on the anniversary of the day we were told our services were no longer necessary.
So
we'll just leave it at that,
right?
Because we found other places.
Yeah, we did.
We found other things to do.
Yep.
And honestly, have been so fortunate. I do miss, there are definitely a handful of people that I really do miss where we used to work. More than a handful. There's more than a handful that I haven't thought about for a long time, just because of the way things went down. But And I will tell you this too: the person who delivered that news is no longer there either.
Yeah. I have no idea what the sitch is with that, but
Good riddance.
see ya.
Anyway, but we have met and come into circles of people. I am so thankful that we know now.
A whole new world, a whole new
Everything.
So, yeah, circle is just a great word. A whole new circle of people, from supporters, people that have taught us things, we've learned things from people.
Yeah,
it's
helped
unbelievable.
us.
Yes,
People that have reached out to help, people that have reached out, and like you said, supporting us. Also, our new clients that I couldn't be happier under Parkville Media. Couldn't be more thrilled. That list of ours of the clients that we work with, I'd put that up against anybody's as far as high quality people.
Absolutely.
And
oh, for sure.
Just so thrilled to be working with every one of them. So if you get a chance on parkvillemedia.com, you can see some of we're updating constantly. Some of the podcasts that have launched. Some of these podcasts, the people we've been working with, their podcasts haven't launched yet, so they're not on the site yet. But that's what we've been doing the last few months, is recording their stuff and getting them ready to launch.
And there's some pretty amazing ones coming. And
Crazy
a little
good.
pro tip: if you are on iTunes, if you're on Apple Podcasts, underneath our Pat and JT one right there, you'll see a little link. It says Parkville Media right underneath our logo. You can click on that and it'll take you to our Parkville Media page on iTunes, and you'll see all of our podcasts.
all the podcasts that are live
Yep.
now.
Yep, all of them that are live now.
And there are several that are coming, and some pretty impressive names. I'm really excited. Great
it.
storytellers, informative, motivational, inspirational. Runs the gamut, without a doubt. So we're just going to kind of take a cruise through the news today, see what's happening. Found this story, and I just thought this was just an odd story, and I feel awful for this girl. But a teenage girl apparently now wakes up every morning and thinks it's June 11th. She got hit in the head, and it causes her to lose her memory every 2 hours. June 11th was the day of the accident.
That's awful.
And the girl's name is Riley, and she was crowd surfing at a dance, and somehow she ended up at the bottom of the pile and she got kicked. And so now she suffers seizures as well.
Oh, man.
And her memory resets every couple hours or so. She can't remember. Her uncle passed away a week ago, and she can't remember that.
So this is like it's not a blessing and like, oh, thank God, but it's kind of a blessing and a curse on some things. Aren't affected by extremely painful things for a long period of time, but you also
June
don't
11th.
remember great things.
Right, since June 11th.
Yeah.
So every day she wakes up, she thinks it's June 11th. And to try to keep up at school, she has to set an alarm about every 2 hours to remind herself to look over notes that she takes in class.
It's exhausting.
It has to be.
Exhausting.
So she carries everything.
How old is she?
It doesn't say right up. I'm going to guess that she's in like
she's
17 or 18.
If she's crowd surfing, she's probably, like mid-teens.
I'm going to say, yeah, she's trying to keep up in school. And it said to keep up also, she carries all of her belongings with her because she can't remember her locker number.
Man.
You ever seen that movie? It kind of reminds me of is Memento.
Yeah.
It goes backwards, right? It's an interesting movie if you haven't seen it. The doctors say that they're not sure what caused the symptoms. Really, I mean, she got hit, but it's like they've never seen anything like this before, and they can't figure out with an MRI or a CT scan, you can't see it. And so there's no brain bleed, there's no tumor.
What's crazy about the brain is that one day it might just stop. It might just start remembering stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird.
She says, I have a calendar on my door, and then I'll look at it in September. I'm like, whoa. I bet she is. I mean, it's just got to be the strangest thing. She says, I'm just so confused to try to think back, and I can't. I'm not making memories. And it scares me.
That's sad.
That is something else. So, and you're right. It could be forever. It might change next week.
But then on the other side of it,
Wow.
turning that frown upside down,
Oh,
you
dear.
can. I would love to be able to experience something that I really love again for the first time, like a good movie or a great TV show. It's like, God, I wish I could just
Or a Pringle potato chip.
or that. Yes, the first time I had
potato chip.
sushi. So,
But see, now she remembers all that stuff though, because
but
that
from
happened
here,
before.
like if she saw a movie like at Thanksgiving and she's still having this problem, she saw a 2-hour movie. She'd be like, "Oh man, have you guys seen Infinity Wars? We just saw. Let's go see it. Perfect.
Okay, so that's
night.
true.
You guys
So
seen Infinity
since
Wars?
Anything she's done since June 11 that was a first,
She can do it again. It's
she can
always
keep
a
doing
first.
it the first time over and over again.
So see, there's a silver lining
So
to
there's
everything.
always a chance for a second time to make a first impression with her.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
something
terrible.
like that.
That's terrible.
Something like-
I'm sorry I even said that out loud.
It's true.
Wow.
True.
All right, so the latest on, did you watch the Chappelle Netflix special?
Parts of it, yeah, it's hilarious.
The latest on Juicy Smollett. And this has been out a couple days, I think maybe just a minute or two, but they've got some more details coming up about his lawyers are trying to get everything dismissed now in the case because they blame the police for the predicament that he's in now. They say that this never would have happened if the police hadn't decided to investigate so hard, as in solve the case.
His attorneys, he's paying someone to say that for him. That's embarrassing.
The attorneys for the city are going after him for $130,000 in overtime pay, investigating. They said, that's too bad. That's on them. That was their decision. They did that. My client should not bear responsibility for their decision to pay overtime to solve the case.
So they did what they're supposed to do to solve the case. They found out that they believe it was fraud and there was evidence to prove it, and he was lying. So it makes total sense. And they're mad that he went after the
They're mad
evidence.
that yes, because he put them in a really bad position and
why shouldn't
misled them, lied to them.
Right. Why shouldn't he have to? I always think, I kind of think like this is if you're driving down the road and you get in a car accident or whatever and you take out a light pole. So I think
they
that
should have put the post there.
It's Mayor Stothard's fault.
Right?
But if you do
By
that,
his thinking,
if you hit a light pole, knock it down,
Yeah.
do they come back on you or your insurance company or whatever to pay for that replacement?
I don't know. I've never done that.
A friend of mine hit a guardrail once. It wasn't like a bad accident, but he hit a guardrail, damaged it.
Yeah.
And he got a bill from the county. It was from the county. So he got I don't know how it worked out. It was a while ago.
That makes sense.
So this is kind of the same thing. Like it's a loss for them to replace whatever you broke.
$130,000 in overtime pay because they wanted to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
They're like, I mean, that sounded like mob rage, that what's going on? It's bad enough. Chicago's having enough trouble.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get to the bottom of it. And then lo and behold, look what's at the bottom. Juicy.
Yeah. I know in other cities that the police or the city has billed someone for if it was a car chase or if it was some damage that was incurred because of that or time lost
Same
or something
thing.
like that.
Hikers get stranded.
You have to pay for the rescue, right?
Exactly. So, and I'm pretty sure that you pay for your ambulance ride
Yes, you do.
when you have an emergency.
You do.
You do. So makes sense that they go after him for that $130,000. Unbelievable. Speaking of $130,000, let's talk about $33 million.
Okay.
Antonio Brown is a football player.
And a douchebag. if we're throwing it out there. This guy. This is the guy who who didn't step on the field to get $30 million guarantee, 60, whatever the guarantee was.
With the Raiders.
Right?
Right?
His helmet wasn't up to his standards. That's why he didn't get on the field and get that check.
No, the reason why was because he burned his feet in a French boutique.
Oh, is that this guy?
And got the cryotonic. And he burned his feet because he wouldn't wear the shoes they told him to wear.
So helmet guy's another guy.
He's helmet guy too.
He's helmet guy too?
Yeah.
This guy's a disaster. He's like a hot mess.
He was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think that I don't even remember why he left the Steelers, and I'm sure it had something to do with his ego. But anyway, he ends up with the Raiders, and a huge $33 million laying on the table. So comes time for him to be practicing, and first off was the helmet, and then I don't know, maybe the helmet came before the feet. I'm not sure, but head to toe, he's a mess.
Total mess.
But his feet, I believe it was in France. He was in some cryotonic, freeze buckets that you step into, and he didn't wear the proper footwear, and it burned his feet.
It's like negative 200 and some degrees in those things. Come on, dude.
There was a picture of his feet that was on social media. That's why he couldn't practice. But also he couldn't practice because he was mad about the helmet. He wanted to wear the same helmet he'd worn before. I think the rules have changed, and everybody else is wearing the same helmet. He said it actually prevented him from being able to see as well as the old helmet, and he wanted to use it.
And I got when I heard his agent giving that argument.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that kind of makes sense. I get it. But knowing that Rydell, the creator, the maker of this helmet, offered to come down and design a helmet just for him that worked with his specifications, but was still inside
because maybe his eyes aren't located like the regular humans. Right. So we're gonna
maybe he's like
sure.
a Shih Tzu. He's looking a couple different directions. And the fact that they offered to come down and make a helmet for him, and he's like, nah, I'm not.
I'm gonna sit over here and pout.
You
Leave
are
me
a
alone.
jerk.
I want more money, or I want my helmet, or I'm not gonna play.
Right.
And then they finally came around, and he was gonna play.
Gonna play.
Right. So and there was concessions made. Apologies. And I think he released the tape. Wasn't it him talking with the general manager? That he recorded it? Something like that, because that got released too. So another jerk move. And then all of a sudden, he's a Patriot.
Yeah. And I believe he showed up at camp too, and like started a fight with the GM, like kicked a football. I don't know,
because all of a sudden he's mad again.
Because all he had to do was step on that field, and he would get that money.
So he ends up a Patriot for like half the money or a quarter.
Well, I think about a quarter of the money.
Of the money. He's a Patriot. So now he's with Tom Brady. Which, by the way, did you see that cute little video of the two little boys that are like toddlers that run at each other?
Very cute.
Somebody did the most amazing meme job on that and turned those little boys into Tom Brady and Antonio Brown.
That's pretty funny.
And it is spectacular.
I haven't seen it.
Because they hug and you can just see the joy in their faces.
We'll have to share that because that's funny.
It is adorable. And I'll find it.
Okay,
I will find it. But my troll account found that somewhere.
Yeah,
anyway,
forgot.
So that's the deal on Antonio Brown. Okay, so fine. And also, just recently, somebody accused him of sexual assault.
And like
Let's throw that in there.
the details are pretty graphic.
I haven't heard any of the details.
It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. I'm not even going to say
unreal.
it's gross.
I mean, seriously, wasn't he the one that he's married and she was about to give birth to his child and then he went off with someone else?
I don't know.
And then she had a baby and he went back to
That's about on brand
his
for
wife?
him. I don't know though, for sure. Who knows?
I thought that was how that went down. I don't know. All right, then the next thing, let's laugh. Ellen's show back. 17 seasons, I think.
Is
the
it?
Ellen show. But she put out a video, and I just saw it yesterday, and I apologize, I haven't seen the actual show. The video itself is about 10 minutes. That will be posted as well. She apparently suffered a really bad dye job on her hair while she was in off season.
Okay.
Right? And getting ready to come back. So she had to basically shave her head, but basically her hair was just super short, so her hair grew back. She says, I didn't even know what color hair I actually had.
Is that bad?
So it came back, and it's kind of a nice mousy brown, little gray in there, nothing serious. And she was like, I was fine, just leave it that way. And she says, and then one of her assistants called her attention to it and basically was like, no, you're going to color your hair and go back to being blonde. This is not going to happen. You're not going to stay this way.
That'd be weird to see Ellen with a different hair color.
Her color, yeah, it was completely different, kind of mousy brown, a little bit of gray, nothing but not. Yeah, it was really, really crazy. But she was fine. And she's like, I don't care. I was leave it that way.
Who cares?
And then she apparently had the idea that why not just wear a wig? Because she says, seriously, I have to sit down and get my hair colored, and it takes like 3 hours to do this, and 3 hours later, it shouldn't take that long to color this hair because her hair is so short. Yeah. And she says, it's just amazing to me, the technology, something about individually wrapping each hair strand in the little foils, and she's exaggerating, no doubt, but hilarious. But she called it, I think, something like little burritos or something. But she has all the wraps in her hair, and trying to dye it. And her hair is like 2 inches long. Right. So she ends up, brings up the wig idea. And so they did a video with her visiting a wig shop.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. All right, that's posted it's on our Facebook page, so you can check it out. I haven't watched it yet. I'll have to watch it
and honestly, awesome. I've thought about that because a lot of people wear wigs every day. They don't even think twice about it.
Wendy Williams doesn't care. It's every single day. Obviously, her hair is so drastically different every day, and she's taken cameras back into her wig room.
Yes. Because, how sweet would it be, right? You just decide, okay, am I going to wear an updo or do I want it down and curly? Do I want it? Then you just go grab the wig and go.
And girls can do that. Unfortunately, guys can't because guy wigs or their toupee situations are awful.
Which she went through a whole list of people that wear wigs because she was talking to some customers, right? Mm-hmm. Of course she was. It was hilarious. And I think John Travolta's name came up, Justin Timberlake. Oh, yeah. And Reese Witherspoon? She doesn't have any hair.
That's awesome.
So now you're going to look at all of them and wonder. But John Travolta, for a long time, he's been the kind of a topic of conversation because he did for a while there try to cover it up.
A little left to center lately.
Well,
kind of off it.
He's off, yeah, just a touch.
Just a
touch, maybe. Yeah. Just a touch. Let's see. And then the other thing that I had here, there it is.
This could be one of the greatest things. This is going to give us. This seriously is I don't know how serious it is.
I tell you what, they say it's real.
Oh, I just love it.
Colonel Sanders finger licking good dating simulator. And
Say
Kentucky
that whole sentence all over again. I just love the way that sounds.
Colonel Sanders A finger licking good dating simulator.
Okay.
Kentucky Fried Chicken says it's real. And we'll be launching for free later this month. It basically follows your journey as a promising young student. It's a game.
Okay.
It's a dating simulator. Got it? So it's not really a dating app.
Okay.
Simulator.
Well, that
So-
kind of takes it down another notch.
It's not as good as you thought it was going to be.
No, I thought it's people that love KFC.
It's almost like a dating sim site, though. Really. So people actually will be interacting.
Okay. It'd be kind of. I mean,
Like,
it'd be cool.
what was the name of that other Second Life?
Second Life.
Yeah, where you're like a sim world, but this is all based around you're a promising
Fried
young
chicken.
student, and you're at the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, and you are new relationships. There are social challenges, all the fast-paced stuff that a kitchen can throw at you. It says. And anyway, there are 3 different acts, and you have opportunities that do have an effect on the outcome of the game. So you'll be able to play the I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good
Man, that's going to be awesome.
dating simulator by the end of the month.
That's
is what it
awesome.
looks like. I'm just kind of reading through. There are 9 different characters. Dateable Colonel Sanders. There's a secret ending, and you do determine it. Secret recipes, also some cooking battles. You can earn a degree from the fictional school.
This might be kind of fun.
Also, the 11 herbs and spices. But it officially was created by KFC.
Brilliant.
For real. Honestly.
It's funny.
They've done a lot. You think about their brand, just having the different Colonel Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
the men and the women who have been Colonel Sanders and don the gear.
And the drama
garb.
and getting the regular news outlets to talk about the drama behind who is the next Colonel Sanders,
Yeah.
and whoever got let go because he wasn't good enough, whatever.
Free
It's
advertising.
brilliant. Absolutely
Free
brilliant.
advertising. I love all of it. So good for them. I remember because they went through that whole branding phase when they were changing from Kentucky Fried Chicken because they didn't want to have the word fried anymore.
Yeah, and I remember that was going on the internet for a while, saying they changed to KFC because they took the word chicken out because it's not real chicken. It's like where else? There's bones in it, you guys. Like what else would it be?
I hope it's a chicken.
It's
darn
delicious.
good, whatever
I don't
it is.
care. If they come out like on whatever's deathbed and they're like, "It's been a possum," I wouldn't care. It's good.
Oh my God. Well, got to change my thoughts about eating possum.
Gosh, I wish we hadn't already. So the title of the podcast was supposed to be "Antonio is a D-bag." I think.
Okay.
What'd you just say about possum?
Oh, change my thoughts.
Change
about
my
eating
thoughts.
possum?
We got it's a flip of a coin. Okay, so it might be that too. But if you are going to go into the KFC dating simulator,
Yeah.
I thought it was a dating app.
It's not an actual dating app. It's
Make sure
just-
you're
it's
seeing as
dating.
close to 2020 as you possibly can, so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Right? You won't have to wear glasses. You don't need to have your contacts. You can play it day or night, 24/7, and not have to worry about that kind of thing. No, seriously, Kuglervision.com. Get online because there's so much information there. If you've even thought about getting rid of your glasses and getting rid of the contacts, but you have maybe just a little fear, a little tinge, a little trepidation, that's why you get on the website because you're going to learn a ton there. Make the appointment for the consultation, and you do that yourself on their calendars right there on their website. And then you pick the day, you pick the time, you go in. No pressure, guys. This is just about you finding out what's up with your eyes, where you stand, what are your options, and they tell you your options. And again, no pressure. For some people, though, there is the high possibility that it could be a same-day procedure.
And how about the option of, if you remember this promo code, patandjt 2019 2019, they're going to take $500 off of any procedure.
The procedures that are prescribed for you.
Yeah, patandjt 2019. You have to tell them that, and then $500 off.
Right? So
It's
they
huge.
just wanted to do that just to thank you, and we want to thank you for supporting our podcast. And I think this is a really great partnership. We so enjoy working with them, and they're just class act people all the way around. Dr. Kugler, Dr. Stuntz, the entire crew, world-class operation. So get online, Kuglervision.com.
So on our Facebook page, you can check out that Ellen video and all the other stuff we talked about today. Thanks for listening to our show.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.